Alright, today we are going to talk about belt pulleys and shivs. And the first thing we got to do again is lock out, tag out, which we have already done on this unit, so we know that we can work on a unit and be safe. So here we're going to show, we have a motor here, and there's a pulley on this motor or shiv, and that is called our drive. And then our driven pulley or shiv here is on our fan. So the first thing we have to do is know the difference between different types of shivs or pulleys. This one has a hub and a shiv, and this one is all in one, and it's also variable pitch because we can change the size on it. This one here, you have to open up in order to remove it off of a shaft, and there's a set screw in here that you have to loosen. Sometimes there's two of them in there. This one only has one, so you loosen it, and you can pull this off of your shaft then. This style that we have on here, we have a hub, and you can see there's 3 bolts on here which we have to remove, and then we have 2 other holes where we put the screw back in, and they're called jacking bolts then, and they actually move from the hub and the shiv. They separate the two so that you can remove it, because if you just put a puller on it, it would just make it tighter and tighter until you broke the shiv itself. So here we're going to remove the 3 screws, and then we're going to put them in as jacking bolts, and we'll show you how to do that. So as these screws are being screwed in, these two, this is staying stationary, and we're pushing back against this shiv right here. And as we do it, it'll separate the two, and then we'll be able to remove it. So now it's separated, and we were able to take the hub off and the shiv. If we were not able to pull the hub off, we would have to put on what's known as a puller. This is a small puller, and we could have taken the hub off this way, and I'll show you when it's on the shaft how this goes on in order to remove the hub. So if the hub did not come off, we would have to use this puller. And you can see that the puller puts equal tension on both sides, so it's able to slide it off of the shaft. So that's how we remove our hub and our shiv on that. On this one here, we would have to use a puller. Also, the same way, this would go on the shaft, and these would separate, and they would come onto the pulley, and we would have to pull it off. There are no jacking bolts on these two.